Me decía.
Una vuelta.
Pero lo perdió, ¿eh?
Pirata de Culiacan, así nomás que va.
¡Cómate esta, Chanito! Chanito.
A ver, échate unos pasos ahí.
El ataque ocurrió cuando Juan Luis, el pirata de Culiacán, apenas llegaba al bar junto con otras personas. En ese momento, al menos 2 hombres armados llegaron al lugar y le dispararon.
Anoche le dieron 15 tiros. La Fiscalía de Jalisco investiga si su muerte tiene que ver con los insultos que lanzó en contra de Nemesio o Ceguera, el Mencho.
From growing up in a poor family to becoming a viral sensation whose antics would get him murdered by cartel members at the age of 17, the story of Juan Luis Lagunas Rosales was nothing short of disastrous starting at a young age. Known by his audience as El Pirata de Culiacan or the Culiacan Pirate, Rosales' rise to fame would inadvertently cause his own self-demise, and is a prime example of how quickly fame can lead to misfortune. This is the tragic rise and fall of El Pirata de Culiacan. Chapter 1. The Mean Streets of Mexico. Rosales was born on April 28, 2000, in the small populated Mexican city known as Navolato, which is also the birthplace of narco trafficker Amado Carrillo Fuentes, better known by his alias as El Señor de los Cielos. Though Rosales wasn't born into a family of cartels, being raised in narco territory would influence Juan at a later time in his life. His father would abandon him before he was born, and his mother would leave Juan Luis to be raised by his grandmother at the age of 3. His grandmother would sell tamales and worked in the fields to provide for Juan and his older sister.
Los fui a recoger, los traje los dos. Ay, le tuve batallando, vendía tamales, pozole, trabajaba de vez en cuando al campo para sacarlos adelante.
El Pirata de Culiacan decided to help the family by working in a packaging warehouse where, according to his grandmother, started hanging around the wrong crowd and began the thief lifestyle. It's unclear what time period this might be in, but it's safe to say that this was around 2013 at the age of 13, where he was sent to a rehabilitation center after getting caught stealing.
Se lo llevaron al centro de rehabilitación al pirata entonces.
Sí, estuvo 2 años y medio allá.
Ajá. 2 años y medio.
Sí.
Within those 2 years, he'd beg his grandmother to get him out of the rehab, to which she would continuously deny his requests. He'd leave the rehab center after 2+ years and rejected the idea of working in the fields alongside his sister after only working 2 days picking tomatoes, and would eventually run away from home to the neighboring state of Culiacan, where he began washing cars. According to Rosales, in an interview with Pepe Garza, he would state that this is where he began to make a name for himself and would eventually make friends that would invite him to parties.
Sí, me fui a Culiacán y yo lo que hice, y andaba lavando carros porque yo no quería, sin permiso pues.
Así es.
Sin permiso con mi familia, yo y pues mi familia me andaba buscando. Y de ahí, pues la gente me empezó a mirar y me dijo, hey, tú eres el que, así pues, ¿sí me entiendes? Y ya ahí me empiezan a agarrar y yo le digo, y me subo en la camioneta, yo los plebes allí, me subo.
Though this might be true, Pirata's first 3 uploads that would be posted to YouTube before the viral video showed a more mellow pirate.
No, pues me presento, compa, la neta. ¡A la verga, puro 701! 701, pariente.
Pues ahí nos vemos, mi pirata. Vamos a ir para allá.
Chapter 2. El Pirata de Culiacan. It seems that the first upload of El Pirata de Culiacan would be in 2015 to a channel with 3 uploads of what appeared to be a somewhat level-headed Juan Rosales, trying to find early YouTube beef with another up-and-coming influencer from Culiacan known as El Chanito. El Chanito had almost the same over-the-top personality that Pirata would later embody.
¿Y qué?
¿Y qué? ¿Y un qué? ¿Una padatón para qué?
Para matar al que se atraviesa la verga.
A video of Juan Luis surfaced throughout the socials, gaining millions of views through various re-uploads on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, which ignited Lagunas' interest in becoming a social media influencer.
Un traguito. Una vuelta, una vuelta.
He would first upload to Instagram in June of 2016 and would be quickly met with posts of his somewhat narco lifestyle.
Estoy al tiro, la neta. Me gusta la tomadera, pues me gusta la tomadera y por la neta uno está tomando, pues gusto, pues.
Having gained traction through his viral video, Juan Lagunas would post a lot of shout-out videos to the fans and even continued downing insane amounts of alcohol to please the people around him. Let's not forget that he was doing all this drinking, partying, and boasting a narco lifestyle all at the age of 16 years old. Even though he was showing off a few guns, drinking here and there, Lagunas' fans wanted his attention, practically begging him for a shout out, and others coining his catchphrases in the comment section.
Quiero mandarle un saludo muy especial para Paulina, Yasmín Esquivía, así nomás quedó el Pirata de Culiacan. Aquí estamos.
He'd let all of Instagram know who he was by constantly saying his nickname and start promoting a few clothing companies which mainly consisted of selling hats. But it wouldn't be until October of 2016 that his popularity as a social media influencer was on a rise throughout Mexico. Everyone wanted a piece of the action, and everyone wanted to see who this internet star was. Could he really down a bottle of tequila like they all said he would? And was he really a connected guy? At this time in Pirata's life, the drinking began to amplify along with flashing his lifestyle all over Instagram, and made numerous appearances at clubs and concerts where he would pocket up to 50,000 pesos depending on the event.
Hey, hey, Pirata, Pirata!
Where there was an event with banda and corrido music, El Pirata was there to lighten up the party. The drinking and drugs started becoming out of control, posted daily parties and multiple club appearances, the outfits became flashier, and the guns made him look the part of a narco. It would be 2017 where Pirata was feeling the love and would even appear in multiple music videos, and even had a corrido made about him, pretty much explaining that if anyone stepped up to him, he'd show them why they called him the pirate.
Oh. Ahí vamos, viejo.
The pirate surrounded himself with people who seemed to be his friends but ultimately just used him for their entertainment, or used him to promote their small shops or Instagram accounts. He'd share multiple women's profiles and seemed like he was on a high rise towards becoming one of Mexico's iconic influencers. Chapter 3. The Pirate's Fall. El Pirata began hanging around the city of Guadalajara, where he would get a tattoo of a tiger and a pirate skull on both of his arms, and by October 2017 was collaborating with some big-time YouTubers like Hot Spanish and Ben Vlogs. Pirata would continue to make drunken appearances, but it would be one random video in early November of 2017 that caused the downfall of the pirate.
Y que el metro a mí me pela la verga. Y si quiere...
The video wasn't taken lightly, as the people filming even voiced their concern over the insulting remark made by Rosales. But it seemed as if El Pirata brushed off this viral stunt as just one of his many drunken antics. December would mark the downfall of Juan Luis with videos of him falling off a mini horse, a few random pictures here and there, and numerous pictures of women, with his last post on Instagram being on December 18th, 2017, stating to have a great day. El Pirata de Culiacan would be featured on YouTuber channels Hot Spanish and Ben Vlogs, where we can see El Pirata pre-gaming before going out to the bar. We later see him throwing his alleged girlfriend's phone off the balcony, and moments later outside of his final destination.
El Pirata de Culiacán fue asesinado al filo de las 23 horas del lunes dentro del bar Mentados Cántaros. Junto con el Pirata de Culiacán también falleció el dueño del centro nocturno.
De inmediato en redes sociales empezó a especular que el Mencho habría sido el autor del asesinato.
The Pirate of Culiacan would be met by two hitmen that unloaded 15 rounds in the late YouTuber, instantly killing him along with the owner of the bar, who was innocent. With images of the deceased pirate floating throughout Mexican news stations, he would die holding his cell phone in his hand. His funeral wasn't attended by many, far less those involved in his lavish lifestyle. His mother wouldn't even show up to his own funeral, and his grandmother almost lost everything to provide for the funeral of Juan Luis. Many of the people that wanted to feature El Pirata in their collab videos would later claim that they barely even knew the guy, and the whereabouts of Juan Luis's money is also unknown, thus marking the final journey of the Pirate of Culiacan. Chapter 4. What happens when you grow up with nothing? No friends, no parents, a grandmother who's constantly working, and you gain a little fame for doing very questionable actions. You get El Pirata. Though many can be quick to blame him for his actions, which he is obviously to blame, how would his life have been if he would have grown up with people that didn't motivate him to drink? Would he have been as big as this Hot Spanish guy or Ben Vlogs guy? Or is El Pirata de Culiacan a prime example of how people use others to gain notoriety?